Hey, it's me, Renee. I'm back. And if you've been with me for a while, you might know that I've been reading historical romance for some while now. A few years. I'm also been reading the newer books, but I do know about the older ones that the main staples, the classics that kind of you have to read. I've read, I've read some of Little Kleypas' older books, but I have not, as of yet, until yesterday, met Derek Craven, which I did yesterday. So, yeah, a few weeks ago, I did like a big order on Better World Books. And I thought, you know what? It's time to meet Derek Craven. I ordered Dreaming of You. It was available. It got in the mail yesterday. And of course, then I knew, well, now it's time to read about Derek Craven, isn't it? And yeah, there's lots of good books out there, and there's lots of books that I remembered for a long time. But Derek Craven has his own day. So, of course, I was curious. What's the deal with Derek Craven? Why does he have his own day? What is going on here? And yeah, honestly, I just loved it from the get-go. It's just it's just all the more fun stuff. Like, for one, Derek Craven is not a duke. He's not a bastard of a duke. No, he's a self-made man in noble's London, or in a noble's time. Though I suppose, yeah, this story doesn't really talk about dukes at all. But honestly, for me, it's kind of fun to read a book, historical romance, where none of them are dukes, none of them are no, none of them are a baron or a viscount. No, they're all just self-made people. Derek Craven owns a gambling den. Sarah Fielding is an author, which also makes her quite a lot of money. Well, it's not said how much money, but she helps her parents out, and I feel like she has enough money at least. I'm not sure if she's rich, but I feel like she has enough money. So yeah. Also, I just kind of love also that Derek Craven. He's Cockney. He's not from London. He's from out. Well, I suppose maybe it's London, but he's from the streets, and that's honestly for me it's quite funny to read about that kind of story, that kind of character. And yeah, it's also kind of funny like how the two people meet, Sarah and Derek. So in the first chapter, Derek gets it's the first chapter. It's not a spoiler, but also it's an old book, so if you haven't read it yet, boo-hoo for you. But yeah, in the first chapter, Derek gets assaulted by three people on the street. Sarah walks by, sees this. First, is like shocked. Oh, what's going on? Should I just ignore this? No, I mean, a person is being attacked. Attacked. I have to do something. Turns out Sarah has a gun in her purse. She takes out the gun. She wants to fire a warning shot, but she ends up killing one of the guys because there's three against one. She kills one of the guys, and the other two end up fleeing because she has a gun. They don't want to be around this crazy woman with a gun. I suppose it's kind of what they're thinking. I don't know. But also before she pulled the gun, Derek has been hurt, so she ends up helping Derek over to his gambling den, which I feel like it's coming maybe like 10 minutes something around from away from where they are. So she helps him there, and she waits while the doctor comes, talks to him, and then they get to know each other a bit. And she says like, "Well, I'm an author," and he asks like, "Why were you in that part of town?" Research, because I'm an author. So she wanted to do a research in the shady part of town. That's why she was there unaccompanied, unaccom- with no one else. Um, and then yeah, and then her when she talks to Derek, she talks about like she saved his life. He doesn't really want anything more to do with her, but one of his employees says that she can come back and look at the gambling den for research. She comes back. There's a bit of a banter, but like She said like, well, I did save your life, so like I should get something. So yeah, she ends up coming back to a gambling den for a week or two to like do research. This being a historical romance, love happens. It is quite funny the role because quite early you know that both people find like an attraction for each other. But Derek Lee is like, no, you can't be with me because I'm not good enough for you. You can't be with me. But if another guy looks at her, it's like, no, don't look at her. So it's like, I'm not gonna have you, but no one else will. But yeah, so it's kind of possessive, but like in a good way. Honestly, kind of, in a way, I kind of see a bit like Beauty and the Beast is retelling because she loves books, she writes. We don't know if Belle ever wrote, but yeah, he is a beast. I mean, people don't like him, he's a bit of a brute. He has a scar after that day. So I suppose I kind of get those feelings at least. And also, it's kind of fun because, like, honestly, okay, so I'm just gonna say that. I'm gonna go full spoilers and just talk about the whole book. This book came out in 94, so one, it's not a new book, and two, it's like a classic, so I feel like if you haven't read it by now, well, of course, it could have been me recently, but like, this is a book you should read, but also know I will be talking spoilers. So yeah, I kind of like, because in the beginning you know that Sarah is in London to do research for a new book. She has written other books before. She's kind of a known author, though she uses, of course, initials because women were writing. No. Um. So she's from a small town. She goes to London to do research, and then after a few weeks in London, she ends up going back to her small town because of stuff happening. So in the middle there, honestly, I was kind of thinking, what? Is she not going to end up with Derek? Because it kind of felt like she wasn't going to end up with Derek for a little while there, at least in my mind it did. So that was kind of interesting and a fun way for historical romance to things happen. I feel like mostly at least in love historical romances I read, there's kind of one romantic interest, and you know from the get go, of course, these people are gonna get together. Here, at least for me, I didn't know, even though I knew, but I suppose I was a bit silly. I was unsure for why, but also, so the thing is that she has like almost fiance in her hometown, and then after she comes back after London time, her fiance doesn't recognize her, and he says like, well, when we're gonna get married, you know, we're gonna stop writing. Which is like, what? She already has written two books. Why would she stop writing when she would get if she was going to get married? Like, why? He just seems to be like so sure that she would stop writing. It's like, why would you do that? That's just, what is that? It just baffles me. People who say like they want you, but they don't want stuff that makes you you. They want you to be different. Well, then you don't want the person, do you now? And yeah, that's annoying. Um, so that was into that part, and then also so I forgot to say that in the beginning of the book, Sarah she meets Lily, who she kind of becomes semi friends with, and then after a while, she gets an invitation to a weekend party because they had those in those days. She goes to a weekend party, and Derek Craven is there. Things happen, but also yeah, other things happen. So okay, so like let's say that I don't skip my videos. It's noticeable. But also yeah. So in the beginning of the book, it's obvious that David Craven he's been around. He has had a lot of exes. Usually he usually has like relations with noble wives and whatnot. Like he's their not their mistress, but you know, yeah, that's who he kind of goes to. And in the beginning, he like, well, he thinks back to like the one that he recently broke up with, Joyce or Lady First, Lady First, something like that. And turns out Joyce doesn't like being broken up with. She's like, no, it's not over until I say it's over, which is just such a Karen thing to say. But also, yeah, it's just so weird. And also, like, she keeps on saying like, you can abandon me, you can abandon me. Which like, You are married, so it's not like you're all alone. And two, you're married to a nobleman, so you have lots of privilege and whatnot. You could get other people to have sex with you. So like, wow, why are you so on about this man? You have to break it up, obviously. But it's just, yeah, eh, it's weird. It's also, I would say it's kind of like interesting. Like she's like, she says like in the beginning, like, if you can believe me, so we would you. So obviously, quickly discovered that she's the one who had him attacked to like make him ugly. She didn't want him to die. She wanted him to like get a scar to make him ugly, so no one else would be with him. She's just so, my God. I mean, I suppose it's quite interesting that the villain is scorned woman and not like a scorned man or whatnot. But still, yeah, Joyce. And then yeah, so she kind of pops up throughout the book. Like even at the end, she's there, kidnaps Sarah, and she kind of wants to just keep Sarah in her attic and like uh, get back with Derek. It's just madness, and then of course Sarah uh, stops this happening, and then Joyce ends up being like exiled to Scotland with by her husband. But like even though she's on the way out, she's like, it's like it's just like she stopped you again and again, and you still won't stop. Like, and also like she almost like she kind of hurt you with her gun, and you still won't stop. It's just Joyce. I mean, I'm pretty sure that Joyce doesn't really get back and come back and like ruins their life. I mean, I'm pretty sure that she doesn't do that stuff, but like still, why would you? Yeah, why would you? But also, yeah. Okay, so back to Derek and Sarah. I just love them together. It's just kind of like it's this insane attraction. But like for Sarah, it's in the beginning. It's like, well, I can't be with him because I have a semi fiance back home. I can't be with Derek, even though I kind of want to and whatnot. And Derek can't be with her because she's too pure and nice and whatnot. And it's yeah, it's just so nice. I do also. Okay, so this is to be with the book. Like this kind of um, I have this. I have the words. I have this tea. I have an annoyance with books where there's a romance plot, but like there's only one person on the cover. Like she's not asexual. She's in a relationship. Why do we not have Derek Craven on the cover? Sorry, it annoys me. But yeah. But also in addition to all that, there's just lots of fun quotes. I was trying to find a quote because I also wrote a Bookstagram post about this. Of course, I couldn't find a quote, but one of the quotes is kind of like paraphrasing men. What are they good for? Which is just like and also like women. We are the best, and it's just like yes. It's just so good. And yeah. Dreaming of you, Lizzie Kleypas. I mean, I've read the Ravenels. I've read the Wallflower books. I read some of the halfway books, but yeah, it's Joyce book. Maybe it's at least one of the top five, I would say. And yeah, I definitely get why there's a Derek Craven day. I do get why that is a thing. Uh, also, so I found this used because it's well, I saw that Barnes and Noble still has it, like, but I don't really use Barnes and Noble. But I've heard that Lisa Kleypas is getting new covers from her books in this fall, I feel like. So that's fun. So you'll be getting them everywhere. And yeah, Dreaming of You, Lisa Kleypas. Have you read it? How many times have you read it in that case? Because yeah, I'll definitely be reading it again. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.